Ruger, one of the head devs actually dropped a huge bombshell that's going to change the way how a lot of people might play and introduces a pretty much a new mechanic to a lot of players because no one really tried this mechanic before. So this mechanic is bombs. Yes, bombs. And the reason why it is bombs is they're making bombs a lot more accessible to everyone because they're making coal buyable at the edges. Blacksmith, you can see right there on the screen, Ruger is saying, will do to adding coal to the blacksmith. Now, the reason why this is a massive change, it's the same reason why anyone uses bullets. When they made bullets, well, I think they always were, but bullets were craftable at the blacksmith with iron. A lot of people actually use them. But why does no one use gold bullets, umbrite, or even irradiating bullets? Because you gotta go all the way, you gotta mine that. That's why only very few people actually go that extra step. Same thing for coal. You'd have to go to Sonic Seeker, live at Sonic Seeker. No one wants to do that. So this change is gonna introduce bombs to a large mass of the population of the game. And the bomb talents are they even give HP. Like, what talents actually give HP and are actually good. So bombs, pretty nice to deal with, but once you learn to deal with them, you could like give your opponent max posture to use them. So we're interesting to see bombs actually get into the game. Because before, like, who's actually using bombs? The next thing is NLK. Yes, NLK is finally getting the rework it deserves. Because right now, to me, NLK is one of the best enchants in the game. And the reason for that is because, I mean, the healing you get is just crazy. Put two good players, have them both use NLK, the fight's lasting 10, maybe even 15 minutes, and I'm not trolling when I say this. NLK, the healing is crazy. It's the only enchant disabled in Chime 1v1s. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, it's finally getting a rework. A lot of people are suggesting to make it so you deal more insanity damage, and the damage they take from insanity heals to you. I think it's a lot more interesting. Or maybe when you grip them, you send them immediately to devs. But I don't know if the PvE players, W rankers, are gonna like that. But that is a suggestion for a rework. So when he is back in the chat, feel free to give him suggestions for it because it's getting a rework. Like, it's getting a rework. If it got buffed, too broken. If it got nerfed, it's too weak. It's gonna get a rework. Now the next thing is actually you might be in the game. Yes, you. And the reason for that is they added a ton of new names to the game, including my name. Well, not really. It's just a list made of auto win and Ragusa. Copy pasted it. He's probably gonna go through the list. But seeing as they added Usopp from One Piece, a lot of these names that I'm gonna put in the description down below have a very high possibility of actually getting in the game. So I'll show you the list right here. I put in some of my names, so put my username, my actual name, and some of my friends' names who also wanted to get in. You can see the entire list right here. Hey, maybe Zoro gets in the game. Luffy, who knows? Maybe could happen. And then the last thing for today's update video is actually Metamancers. Yes, Chime sweats were nerfed. Big hats are gone. Or big hats are gone for light weapons. If you don't know what that is, you can look on screen here. This is a big hat, and this is what an actual Chime sweat does. And what it does is it hides your animations for other players, yourself too, but a lot more for other players, and it makes it really hard to read your animations. And if you're macroing using that hat, obfuscation, like, it just fighting, it's just not fun. It is just not fun fighting against that. It's not fair. Like, I should be able to see your animation. Anyone who thinks hidden animations are a good thing, like, you're ill. Like, that makes no sense. I don't understand that. And the last thing before I forget is there is now a poll for next week update. You can see it right here, and there's three options. There's PvP content, prog content, and PvE content. No one really cares for prog content. I mean, it's cool, it's nice. A lot of people actually do care. 3,000 people care. And there's PvE content, but PvE is kind of, you kill the same mons. But the PvP content is actually very interesting. I imagine it's going to be like a rifle, except the blunt stick is now the gun, the pistol whip. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. I don't think a lot of people are going to go, because I mean, who actually would go gun? Like, I can count the rifles on like 3 fingers. There's Sheffy, Brianna, A1VU, and Nissar. And this only rifle uses gun. Like, no one actually uses these gun things, mostly because it's very unorthodox from the usual play style. They're very, very strong, but they're very weird to play. So it means the same thing for this. You'll maybe see maybe 2 one-handed gun users. Maybe it's broken. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that's it for today's update video. Let me know what you guys think down below on bombs being added for literally everyone to use now for free without having to mine for 2 hours. The NLK rework. Names be added. Might see Nogo added. Maybe. Who knows? You might be added. Who knows? And the last thing being Chime Metamancers. They're dead. Not really, but at least the big hat macro users. They're kind of dead. And also pistol whip, one-handed gun. Could be crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Goodbye. Or roll ganking is soon. So fun, guys. Track stars. We love track stars. So fun, guys. This game is so fun, guys.